Hey guys, welcome back to the Surfer's Journey. Today's episode is all about reviewing the Neckbeard 3. It's Channel Island's third tweak to the Neckbeard model. I'm really excited about this review because I used to have a Neckbeard, the original one, and I really liked that board and had a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how the tweaks that they've made have changed the performance of this board. And guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe now so you can stay up to date with all of my latest videos and tutorials. But for now, let's get into today's board review. In today's surfboard review, I'm going to surf the Neckbeard 3 in the average everyday waves that most of us surf. And I'm going to do that from footage from the air, the land, and the water. I want to see how the changes that Channel Islands have made to the Neckbeard model, how they translate to the water, and how that feels for a surfer. And a big fan of the Neckbeard 1, I'm excited to see how the Neckbeard 3 goes. In 2015, I was lucky to get my hands on the original Neckbeard model, famous for that chopped off square tail. It was Dane Reynolds' board of choice in his free surfs. And one key point about this board that I really liked was that while you could still surf it on rail, it was really good at making you push your surfing. It allowed for progressiveness, whether it was in the air or throwing the tail, and made it easy by providing huge amounts of speed and control down the line. Six years later, we see the Neckbeard 3 model. They've made some changes to the rocker, to the concave, to the tail shape, but they've kept all the key design elements of the original Neckbeard to maintain this board's speed and progressiveness, but have made it more versatile and more user-friendly for a wider range of surfers outside of those who just want to do massive airs. I remember surfing the original Neckbeard and thinking that this board was fantastic, but it was really loose, which was good if you wanted to throw the tail or try things that were progressive, but for top to bottom surfing or just trying to do turns on the face with potentially a more horizontal approach, you could tell the board wasn't really designed for that as much. But my first impression of the Neckbeard 3 was that Channel Islands had absolutely hit the nail on the head when they were trying to make this board more versatile. It felt great on rail and I felt like I had so much control. I could do things on this board that I couldn't do on the original Neckbeard. This board allows you to seamlessly transition from rail to rail. The board has more hold on the face, but it still allows you to throw the tail when you want to. For me, this board felt a lot better when the wave had more push and more shape. Not to say that it wouldn't go well on the flats, but when the wave had some shape and the sections were a bit steeper, the board felt a lot better underfoot. On a day like this where we see 1 to 2 foot mushy waves, I think a Neckbeard 3 in an epoxy model would really go off, just because of the extra speed and flex that board would offer. The board still went well in these conditions, but it went to another level when the waves had a bit more shape. One of the key strengths of the original Neckbeard was its ability to generate speed down the line. Well, the Neckbeard 3 hasn't lost that ability at all. But where this board has really changed is its ability to be surfed on rail, in the pocket, with more control. As you can see here, I was approaching a pretty small, pretty fat section, and going into it, I wasn't sure how this board was going to go. I didn't know if the board would maintain its speed or if it would just bog down. but as you can see, it allowed me to still generate speed on that small fat section. While the Neckbeard 3 has improved control, don't feel like it's lost the ability to do things that are more progressive. This board still gives you the ability and control to try those bigger turns, but you get the added benefit of having a board that allows you to surf on rail better. This board still has that ability to throw the tail and slide the tail when you want to. So where would the Neckbeard 3 sit in your quiver? Well, for me, I'm going to take it out on those days where it's 2 to 4 foot and the waves look pretty fun, but they're not good enough for me to take out my high performance shortboard. I want the ability to perform maneuvers with more hold and control on those bigger, faster sections. To summarise this review, the Neckbeard 3 has hit the nail on the head with all the intended changes that Channel Islands were looking at making. But it's not just the changes that we need to focus on. This board still has that down the line ability to generate speed quickly, just like the original Neckbeard. But one of the biggest changes is the added control and manoeuvrability out on the face. And when the board is on rail, it feels really smooth under your feet. It doesn't feel chattery or out of control. So if you're in the market for a high performance small wave board and you want the ability to surf on rail but also do progressive maneuvers, and you want a board that is smooth and controlled out on the face, then I would be looking at the Neckbeard 3 as your next surfboard choice. Guys, thanks for watching the video today. I hope that now you've got a better idea of how the Neckbeard 3 is going to go in the everyday waves that you and I surf. If you've got a Neckbeard 3, I'd love to hear how it goes for you. Remember to like the video and comment below to let me know what other videos you'd like to see. Thanks guys, I'll catch you in the water.